Tonight's I-Team report, supercar, the kind of bulletproof vehicle you'd expect to see in Iraq or used to drive the president and top diplomats. But the armored SUV you're about to see was actually on the streets of one Chicago suburb.
ABC7 investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy joins us with the who and why.
Ron, Kathy, this is either a story of public service at great personal peril or the height of paranoia and one local leader's greatly inflated sense of her own importance. It depends on which side you believe. Either way, the I-Team has found this six-figure supercar in a suburb that has a history of mayhem. After all, Cicero was the headquarters of Al Capone. In 1993, long after Capone, but with the outfit still flexing muscles in Cicero, this woman was elected town president, Betty Lauren Maltese, widow of mob bookmaker and Cicero town assessor Frank Baldy Maltese. Lauren Maltese became known as Cicero's godmother, although she had vowed to rid the town of mobsters and street gangs.
There were threats on my life on a regular basis.
It was in early 2000 when one of the gangs put out a contract on her life that then Police Chief Tom Rowan says she needed protection.
At the time we had tape recordings of some of the threats they made to her as to what terrible things they would do to her daughter, who at that time was probably 4 years old.
It even came down to the point, the exact street it was supposed to happen, how they were going to do it.
So Cicero paid $130,000, according to current town officials, for this armored SUV, complete with a siren and hidden police lights, a device that allowed bodyguards to eavesdrop on what was being said outside the vehicle, and 2-inch thick bulletproof windows.
It was intended to look pedestrian and at the same time make you feel like you're the President of the United States driving through a war zone or something.
When you come out and you make enemies that have no value of life, I think correct steps were taken, and it was at the, I'll say the prodding of the chief and the attorney.
You know, you get into office and it becomes an ego thing. Everybody, believes they've been threatened by somebody, and I bet every public official gets threatened. But I don't know how many of them ever gone to the lengths of spending $130,000 in taxpayer money to order a special car to protect them from those threats.
In 2002, Miss Lauren Maltese was convicted in a $12 million insurance corruption case and sentenced to 8 years. She was recently released and now lives in Evergreen Park. The government seized her personal cars and is still trying to take her homes. But because the supercar was titled to the town, Cicero officials own it.
Let's try to sell it, get whatever money we can. And so we're going to put it on eBay. We're going to open up an account. We're going to start the bidding at around $65,000 and see what we get.
Lauren Maltese, who spends her days on Facebook, not eBay, is looking for a full-time job. Tonight, she tells us that something else is behind the latest smear campaign against her.
I think that they think I'm going to campaign against them. I think they think I'm going to get involved. And I really think that Mr. Hanani is just baiting the media to skirt the real issues in the town.
Those issues, she says, include town finances and gang crime. There are 2 Cicero trustee spots coming open, and Lauren Maltese believes town officials are concerned she will campaign against the incumbents. Even though she sounds like someone reloading at political targets, Lauren Maltese says her sight is just set on one thing, a motion to overturn her conviction to be filed next week. When they do put that on eBay, they say they'll run a background check whoever wants to buy it so it doesn't end up in the hands of a gangster.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
20,000 miles, clean one owner. Thanks, Chuck.